Witness the most horrifying moment that happened in real life.
There's something about the rain, how it comforts, how it hides. But at night, when the world is soaked and shadows move differently, things happen. These are 3 terrifying true stories that happened on rainy nights. Lock your doors. And whatever you do, don't go outside. The rain can mask more than just the sound of your own heartbeat. It can hide footsteps, whispers, things you don't want to know are there. Tonight we step into the storm. 3 stories of people who discovered they weren't alone. The stories you're about to hear are all allegedly true. Our first story takes us to Seattle, autumn 2017. Elena, a graphic designer, was used to the rain, until one night changed everything. She left her office late, rain pounding, streets empty. She noticed a figure ahead, a large black umbrella held low, gliding more than walking. At first, she thought nothing of it, but every time she slowed, the umbrella slowed. When she crossed the street, it followed. Panic set in. She sped up, the umbrella matching her pace, always the same distance behind. Near her apartment, she sprinted, heart racing. At her building's door, she looked back. The umbrella stood motionless under a streetlight, pointed at her. She rushed inside, locked the door, and watched from her window. The street was empty. The figure had vanished. Trying to calm down, she turned to make tea. That's when she saw it. In her living room, upright and dripping, stood the same black umbrella. No one else was there. The door was locked. The umbrella shouldn't have been inside. Frozen with terror, she called a friend. When he arrived, the umbrella was gone. Only a damp spot remained. Elena moved out the next week. Sometimes the rain doesn't just follow you home, it lets something in. If you see a black umbrella in the storm, don't look back, and whatever you do, don't let it follow you inside. Some things use the rain as cover. Some things are waiting for you to open the door. Elena never walked home in the rain again. The city lights, the comfort of routine, none of it could protect her from what waited in the storm. In Seattle, the rain is a way of life, but sometimes it's a way in. Remember, not everything you see in the rain is human, and not everything that follows you home can be explained. Our second story takes us to rural Mississippi, summer 2009. Jake and Melissa, thrill seekers, chased local legends, none more infamous than the screaming field. Legend said a farmhand struck by lightning haunted the cornfield, his scream echoing on stormy nights. During a violent thunderstorm, Jake and Melissa drove out, headlights slicing through rain and darkness. At the field's edge, they listened, just wind and thunder. Disappointed, they turned to leave. A lightning flash revealed a figure deep in the corn, still, human-shaped. Jake, drawn by fear and curiosity, stepped closer, shining his phone's light into the rows. Another flash. He saw the figure again, closer. It was him. Same face, same clothes, mouth open in a silent scream. Paralyzed, Jake stared at his own doppelganger until Melissa's screams snapped him out of it. They fled to the truck, tires spinning in the mud. As they sped away, headlights caught the figure at the field's edge. Jake's double, watching, screaming silently. They never went ghost hunting again. Years later, developers tried to build on the field. Workers quit, claiming to hear screams every time they started their machines. The field remains abandoned, waiting for the next storm. Sometimes legends are warnings. Sometimes the thing in the field is you. If you see yourself in the storm, don't look back. Some places remember. Some screams never fade. The screaming field is still out there waiting. Our final story comes from a remote cabin in North Carolina, winter 2021. Darius, a writer, sought solitude. The storm brought something else. Power out, rain pounding, Darius settled by the fire. At 3:47 a.m., a knock shattered the silence. He froze. Another knock, deliberate, impossible to mistake for the wind. Peering through the peephole, he saw nothing, until lightning revealed a tall, thin figure at the edge of the woods, staring at the cabin. The figure vanished with the darkness. Darius armed himself, waiting, heart pounding. Minutes crawled by, then a whisper from the kitchen, raspy, chilling, his name, Darius. Terror rooted him in place. The thing from the woods was inside. He waited for dawn, clutching a fireplace poker, watching shadows dance. When light finally crept in, he searched the cabin. Empty, except for wet, bare footprints leading from the back door to the living room. Then stopping, no trail out. Darius ran, leaving everything behind. He never returned. He never finished his novel. Some things wait for the storm to let them in. If you hear your name whispered in the dark, don't answer. The rain can bring more than water. It can bring something that's been waiting for you. Darius learned, in the storm, you're never truly alone. Some knocks should never be answered, and some names should never be spoken in the dark. The rain is a veil, Sometimes thin, sometimes impenetrable. For Elena, Jake, and Darius, a rainy night became a nightmare. Their stories remind us, the sounds we dismiss might be something else. What followed Elena home? What screamed in the field? What whispered Darius's name? We may never know. For them, rain is no longer comfort. It's a warning. So next time you hear a knock in the storm, listen closely. If it's midnight and the knock comes, don't open the door.